Welcome to your Senior Convo video, and congratulations on all you've achieved at West. This video is intended as an additional support to your Senior Convo meeting with your counselor. We will also be available to support you with small groups and individual meetings as necessary. We know many of you have already begun your college applications, or you may be wondering what you're supposed to be doing to get them going. So the purpose of these videos are to guide you through a step-by-step process on beginning to prepare for your plans after high school. Our goal is that at the conclusion of this video, you will be equipped with a better understanding of how to begin, or advance in, the college application process. After this presentation, you will find we've also created a series of follow-up instructional videos and resources that will help prepare you in pursuing your post-secondary plans. Again, the Glenbard West School Counselors welcome you to your senior year. We are so excited to work with you right at the start of your final year of high school. We also understand this can be a very stressful time, so our hope is that after this presentation, you'll be more aware of resources and supports available to you. As you already know, your counselor is here to help. Please hit pause and take this quick 2-minute survey by scanning the QR code on your screen. Your answers will help your counselor assess where you currently are in the college application process so we can best personalize your needed support. Your counselor is looking forward to working with you on whatever your post-secondary plans may be. Thank you for taking the time on that survey so your counselor can best individualize following up with you based on your responses. We realize each of you will have your own unique plan. Even if it isn't on this list, we will meet you where you are to develop and report your post-secondary plan to your counselor before you graduate. We will work with you throughout this year to help you prepare for your plans. We can also assist you in getting started in choosing a goal or provide guidance along the path you've already chosen. Here you will find a general timeline for the application process to a 4-year college. Note that deadlines will vary by college, but no college can have an application deadline or give preference to any application prior to October 15th. You want to be sure you begin your research now so that you have all the materials prepared by the deadlines. Most colleges have deadlines around November 1st or 15th, unless they have rolling admissions, which means they admit students continually throughout the year. If you have a November 1st deadline, this means all materials, including transcripts and rec letters, must be submitted by November 1st to those colleges. Please note that if you are reporting any SAT or ACT scores for consideration of admissions, then you will need to send those directly from College Board or ACT from your personal account with them. Glenbard West does not send any test scores. We know the language regarding all the different types of deadlines can be very confusing. If your college offers an early action or priority deadline, you absolutely want to apply early. You not only find out earlier if you are accepted, but you also typically get priority scholarship consideration. In addition, some programs like nursing, computer science, or business tend to fill up, so you don't want to miss out on an opportunity to get in by applying later. It is important you check the college's website for the most important, accurate application deadline information. We'd like to clarify 2 of these deadlines that most often get confused. As previously mentioned, early action or priority deadlines are when you apply early and find out your admissions decisions around December. Early decision, on the other hand, is a binding agreement between you, your family, your counselor, and the college. If admitted, you must withdraw all other applications and commit to attending that college. Again, the college will list a notification date or timeline on their website. Like we discussed, for early action schools, students will get an admission decision by mid-December. For regular decision, students usually hear back from schools by February. Schools that have rolling admissions will get admissions decisions on a rolling basis, meaning you may find out shortly after you've applied. These are the 4 different types of admissions decisions: admitted, denied, deferred, and waitlisted. If you were deferred, it's important to follow up with the instructions in your deferral letter. It does not mean that you were denied. It just means that the colleges may need more time and sometimes more information, before they can make a decision. Definitely communicate with your counselor if you have any questions at all about your admissions decisions.
Many of you have been working hard to compile your college list. However, now is the time to finalize it. Students' list should have a variety of schools that fall into 3 categories: safety, match, and reach. Make sure you have at least one safety. A true safety is if it's the only college you're admitted to, you'd be happy attending there. Also, if you're looking at a lot of out-of-state schools, you may consider adding a geographic safety to your list in case you decide you want to be closer to home. If seeking need-based financial aid, we recommend that you have at least a few Illinois universities on your list as well. There are a lot more variables to consider this year, so make sure you have a well-rounded list. The scattergrams and navions and the admitted student data on the college websites can help you categorize each of the schools. If you need assistance, your counselor can help. Be sure that all of the colleges are added to your colleges I'm applying to list in navions. Even if you do not need a transcript to be sent to the college because you self-reported your grades, you still need to add the college in navions. If it's not on your list, counselors and teachers cannot send letters of recommendation or transcripts to the college. If you decide not to apply to a school, only your counselor can remove the college from your list. Just send your counselor an email to have it removed. For more information, watch the Naviance and Common App instructional video on our Schoology page. If you're feeling overwhelmed by this process, you're not alone. It's a lot to manage on top of your senior year classes. Sometimes getting started is the hardest part. So if you feel like you need some direction, here's where to begin. Go to a college website, click Apply. Review what is needed to complete your application. We will discuss this in further detail on the next slide. Determine which application will be used to apply to the school: Common Application, School-Specific Application, or Coalition Application. The Common App is the most popular option. It is one application you fill out and it can be used for many of your schools. Likely, if you are using Common App for one school, you should use it for as many as you can. The school-specific application, or applying direct to the institution, means you're using the college's own application. When you're on the college website, you can click the link to apply. If you're using Common App, it will take you directly to the Common App login screen. Whichever application you choose, begin by creating an account. Be sure to write down your username and password. You will likely have to continue logging into the portal, and you may have many different usernames and passwords for each application. Use your personal email address. Do not use your Glenbard email or your parents' email address. Once your account is created, go ahead and begin filling out the application. You do not have to do it all in one sitting. You can save and return to it later. A college won't be able to review your application until you click the Submit button. Before you finish your application, you should watch our instructional video on Schoology called Before You Click Submit. Lastly, whatever email account you use for the application, make sure you are checking your emails often. This is how a college will be communicating with you from here on out. A college might be trying to contact you regarding missing items in your application, or even with a potential admissions decision. Many students think the college application is just the form that they fill out online, when in fact, your application is comprised of many different components. Some applications are simple. Fill out the application, self-report your grades and test scores, and pay the fee. Not all colleges require an essay or letters of recommendation. For an accurate list of what is needed for each school you are applying to, you need to go directly to the college admissions website. Listed here is a comprehensive list of application materials your school might need in order for your application to be completed. Everyone has their own system to help them stay organized. Whether you write things down in a notebook or you organize your materials in a Google Sheet, come up with a way to keep track of what is needed for each college. We have created a sample college application organizer, and it is available to download in the resources folder in the School Counseling Schoology page. Every year, the counselors survey the graduating seniors, and the number one stressor they report about the application process is the college essay. While you might feel like you don't know what to write about for your essay, we have a bunch of great resources to help you get started. College admissions offices read thousands of essays each application cycle. And yes, they read every single essay. Sometimes this is referred to as your Common App essay or your personal statement or college essay, but it's not always required by the college. If it is required, the essay can be such an essential piece of your application. You are not a GPA or a test score. You are a person. Especially as colleges have moved to test-optional admissions policies. With one less data point, the essay has become even more important. The essay is your opportunity to share the way you think and your passions, your personality and creativity, your perspective and worldview. It's important that it's written in your voice. If you wouldn't normally use words like plethora or existential, then don't use those words in your essay. Your tone could be quirky, creative, fun, or thoughtful, but be sure you answer the essay prompt. Refer to the Common App for a full list of essay topics. You don't have to cure cancer to write an impactful essay. Some of the best essays I've read have been about simple things like family traditions and inspiring podcasts or a personal hobby. Whatever you write about, make sure it's about you. For more tips and pointers on essay writing, your senior English teachers will be working with you on your essays. Your counselor can help too. Oftentimes, counselors work with seniors to help them brainstorm ideas for their essay. The College Essay Guy has a ton of helpful free resources on his website. Check them out. New this year, Common Application has added an additional optional essay about COVID-19. Students are limited to 250 words, but can respond to how COVID-19 has impacted their lives. If you feel like you have something to share or a perspective that might be helpful to include in your application, we encourage you to use this space to respond. Use this as an opportunity to share your experience. Be sure to state the facts and then how these changes impacted you. A few other items to note. Many colleges have additional short answer essay prompts that are called supplemental essays. You should spend just as much time on the short essays as you would your Common App essay. These are often overlooked by students. An example of a short essay might be, why this college? Or tell us about one activity that's important to you. Don't rush through your response and do your homework on how to answer these questions. This should go without saying, but be sure to proofread, edit, and have someone else look over your essays. Grammar is very important, and sometimes autocorrect doesn't catch the wrong use of words. Some short answer questions are optional. However, if you ever see optional, consider it required. The more information a college has about you, the better. For those of you applying to the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign, you will have to choose a specific major when you apply. We strongly encourage students to choose a first choice and a second choice major on their application. If you do not choose a second choice major, you will only be considered for your first choice major. You have an increased chance of getting in and will be considered for all avenues of admission if you include a second choice major. That said, you need to write 2 separate essays about why you chose that major. Do your homework on the specific majors by visiting the program's website. Include any relevant personal or work experiences, classes, or projects that relate to why you chose that major. If you have any questions about this, ask your counselor. Letters of recommendation. First and foremost, not all colleges require or even accept letters of recommendation. That said, you should not ask a teacher to write you a letter unless you know that it's needed. Visit the college website to see who they want to hear from. Typically, junior year teachers are preferred by a college. However, coaches, club sponsors, counselors, or your employer may also write a letter. After you've determined that a rec letter is required, talk to your teacher. Allow at least 3 weeks for your teacher to write their letter. Do not ask your teacher the week your application is due. Give them plenty of advance notice. Keep in mind that teachers are writing rec letters on their own time, so remember to be gracious. Be sure your college list is updated in the colleges I'm applying to in Naviance. You will use Naviance to submit a formal request to your teacher. The Naviance and Common App account matching and FERPA release authorization waiver must be completed in order for your teacher to upload and send their letters. If you have not done this yet, you will need to watch the instructional video on Naviance and Common App. With the FERPA release authorization, counselors encourage students to waive their right to view letters of recommendation. Please be aware that some teachers will not agree to write you a letter if you have not waived your rights. Be sure to watch our video for more information. After your teacher has agreed to write you a letter and you have invited your teacher in Naviance, next you will fill out the West Student Brag Sheet. This is your opportunity to give your teacher specific examples of things they can talk about in their letter. Was there a particular project you were proud of? How did you contribute to the classroom environment? What kind of attributes made you a successful student in their class? How did you participate in class during remote learning in the spring? Follow up with your teachers to make sure their letter was uploaded and sent to the colleges before your deadline. It's okay to give them a gentle reminder email if needed. Teachers write letters on their own time, so be sure to thank them for helping you get into college. For a more detailed step-by-step visual tutorial, please watch the Teacher Letters of Recommendation requests and the Naviance and Common App instructional videos on our Schoology page.
All college application documents are sent electronically via Naviance. Naviance must be updated in order for us to be able to send anything out. Counselors need to know if you are using the Common Application or applying directly to the institution. These are very important steps in order to have a smooth application process. The counselor recommendation form and parent input form are important for your counselor recommendation. We will provide an instructional video with additional instructions on sending transcripts. Your counselor will be providing you an unofficial transcript so that you can self-report your grades for your applications. Use weighted GPA listed on your transcript. Report your grades exactly as they appear on your transcript. We also will list your senior schedule on your transcript for the colleges. If your college requires a counselor letter of recommendation, be sure to communicate with your counselor and make sure your counselor recommendation form is updated in Naviance. Even if you filled it out last year, go back and add more details. This will help us write a strong letter of rec. All official transcripts are sent through Naviance. You must submit a request through Naviance in order for a counselor to send your transcript. We require requests to be made at least 2 weeks in advance. When we send your transcripts through Naviance, we also send a secondary school report form for Common App, school profile, and any required counselor letters of recommendation. So again, it's important that you communicate with your counselor throughout the process and follow the appropriate steps for requesting transcripts in Naviance. The SAT and ACT are used by some, but not all colleges as part of an admissions decision. The essay portion of both tests and the SAT subject tests have been discontinued and are not necessary for admissions at any college. However, the school day SAT still includes the essay. All seniors were administered the SAT school day in spring of junior year. This SAT can be used for college admissions if you choose. Some colleges will allow you to self-report your scores. However, some will require official scores be sent directly from the test company. This is something you do through your college board or MyACT account. Many colleges no longer require test scores at all. Know the policies of the schools you are applying to. For more information regarding testing, please watch our short instructional video on testing, which will be linked at the end of this presentation. Testing requirements and policies have changed significantly over the past few years. It is important to connect with the colleges to gain information and demonstrate interest. For more information on how to do this, what questions to ask a college rep, and what to look for on a college website. Watch the instructional video on how to connect with colleges. Links to these virtual college events will be shared on our Schoology page, as well as we will be promoting the virtual events closer to these events. College of Dupage is a great option for students, and it is right down the street. If you are thinking of applying to COD, we highly recommend that you apply early as well. COD offers many scholarships for early applicants. Aside from submitting your online application, there are many important steps that also need to be taken in order to ensure that you can successfully enroll at COD. It is essential that these steps be completed before you graduate so that your counselor can help you as much as possible. We have developed a great partnership with COD and have a representative that is available at any time to assist you with any questions that you may have. A trade school or apprenticeship program is also a great option for many students. These programs are hands-on and can be completed in just a few months to up to 2 years. These programs provide training in skilled areas that are essential to the economy. These links provide more information on programs within the Chicagoland area and at the College of Dupage.
In accordance with the Glenbard District 87 Board Policy and the Illinois State Board of Education, all senior students must complete the free application for federal student aid, otherwise known as the FAFSA application. Eligible students may choose to complete the alternative application. If a student or parent does not feel comfortable completing either application and chooses to opt out, the Illinois State Board of Education has created a waiver form that must be completed and submitted to the Glenbard West School Counseling Department. Either an application or a waiver must be completed as a condition for graduation. Both the FAFSA and alternative applications are available online as of October 1st. The Illinois Student Assistance Commission, otherwise known as ISAC, is an organization that we have a partnership with that offers support with application completion. We will offer several workshops and resources to help students and families complete the FAFSA or alternative application throughout the school year. Look out for more information about this in the next coming weeks. The FAFSA application is an application from the U.S. Department of Education used to determine and provide financial aid to eligible college students. This application has many steps and components required from a student and their parent or guardian. Once completed, there are different types of financial aid that a student may be eligible for. You can review FAFSA eligibility and types of financial aid on the U.S. Department of Education FAFSA website that is linked at the end of this presentation. The alternative application, formerly known as the RISE Act application, allows eligible undocumented students and transgender students who are disqualified from federal financial aid to apply for all forms of state financial aid. The alternative application provides a pathway for those qualified students to apply for the Monetary Award Program, or the MAP grant, which is the state's largest need-based grant program. As previously stated, both applications will be available starting October 1st. There will be an ISAC representative available periodically to assist students with the FAFSA and alternative applications. We will be sharing more information on those meetings soon. Additional FAFSA completion workshops will also be available for families, and more information on those dates will be coming soon as we approach October. Counselors receive many questions regarding scholarship opportunities for students. The Glenbard West local scholarship application becomes available in mid-January. This is an amazing opportunity for our students to receive financial aid since it is specifically for Glenbard West seniors only. The local scholarship application is only available in Naviance, and more information about that application will be released closer to January. We have also created an internal list of public and private scholarships within the state of Illinois and nationwide. The scholarship list is linked at the end of this presentation and can also be found in the Glenbard West School Counseling Schoology page. We also recommend checking out a school's financial aid and scholarships page directly to learn more about the total cost of attendance and potential scholarship opportunities that each school may offer. The Net Price Calculator and the U.S. Department of Education College Scorecard are two tools that are great for students and parents to utilize to estimate the cost of attendance at a particular college or university. These can be great tools for financial planning as well. The Net Price Calculator tool is available on every college website, and the U.S. Department of Education College Scorecard is linked. For more information on financial aid and scholarships, we encourage you to watch the instructional video on the Glenbard West School Counseling Schoology page. Each of you will have a unique and different plan. We have created this college application checklist to help you get started or review next steps wherever you may be in the college application process. We have identified 6 main categories that make up a complete college application. This electronic form can be found and downloaded from the resources folder in the Glenbard West School Counseling Schoology page. Did we mention that we have a Glenbard West School Counseling Schoology page? We highly recommend familiarizing yourself with this page as it contains a plethora of resources. Once on our page, under the Resources folder, you will see the College Application Resources folder, which features all of our instructional videos, the College Application Checklist, the College Application Organizer, the Glenbard West Student Brag Sheet for teacher recommendations, and Common App information. Through our Schoology page, we will also share updated news and information from colleges and universities, deadline information, and scholarship opportunities as they become available. Be sure to join our page to get up-to-date information from our office. This is a list of all of our instructional videos as well as important links to information that have been discussed throughout this presentation. All the videos are filed in the Glenbard West School Counseling Schoology page. Please reference them as they state important information and steps regarding the college application process. Many of your questions may be answered through these videos. Our instructional videos can also be found on YouTube as part of a senior video series. The YouTube link is listed below on our Schoology page, so be sure to subscribe. We hope that this video has provided you with the necessary information to help you embark on your college application process and post-secondary planning. As your counselors, we are here to help you in every step of the way, whether that's in person or virtually. Counselors are available Monday through Friday before or after school, but we can also accommodate a time to meet with you during your lunch or study hall periods as well. Some final tips. Use what you learned from this presentation to start working on your applications. Make a list of questions for your counselor, email or message your counselor to set up an appointment time if necessary. The college application process can be complicated at times, and there are no silly questions, so please reach out if you have any. If you are completely lost and have no idea where to start, even after watching this video, email your counselor. Friendly reminder, if you didn't take the survey from the beginning of this presentation, please use an electronic device and complete it now. We truly appreciate your time and thank you so much for watching.